ragazzi, oggi volevo presentarvi le conditional clauses. Comincio con una spiegazione in italiano perché voglio essere sicurissima che tutti lo capiate e poi partiamo con l'inglese. Ci sono come vedete, ci sono di 4 tipi, ma perché si chiamano conditional clauses or if clauses? Perché queste frasi sono composte da due parti, da due situazioni. E la prima situazione, quella nella frase principale, la main clause, si verifica soltanto a condizione che si verifichi anche la condizione indicata nella if clauses. Ecco perché si chiamano conditional or if clauses. So, let's start in English. Today the video is about conditional clauses. And we have 0, first, second, third, and mixed type. They're also called if clauses because they are composed by the if clause plus the main clause, because in these sentences we have two parts, two situations, and the situation in the main clause happens at the condition that the situation in the if clause happens too. So here we have the conditional used for, in the conditional we have present simple, if it rains, and the if clause, if it rains, and the main clause, also present, the ground gets wet. In the first conditional we have the present after if, because if you remember I have already told you that after if you always have present, you cannot use will. So if I have enough money, I will buy a car. So we have future simple and present in the first conditional sentence, and it is also called of probability. And the second conditional is if I had money, se avessi, if I had money, I would give you, but I don't have money, so this is not very probable, and it is called of improbability. In the third conditional, it is also called of the past or impossibility, because the situation has already happened, it has finished, and the main clause says, I would have listened to you, but I didn't, because if he had talked to me, so se lui avesse parlato con me, if he had talked to me, I would have listened to him, lo avrei ascoltato, I would have listened. But it didn't happen, that's why this is totally impossible. So, zero conditionals. In zero conditional sentences, clauses, we have if, the condition, plus the result. If, simple present, plus simple present. And it is used for general truth, verità generali, sempre vere, always truth, for habits, for real world, and for scientific facts. So, if it rains, the ground gets wet. Rains, get, present, present. It's always true. If it rains, the ground gets wet. It's scientific. If I cry, I have a headache. It always happens. It's certain. If I cry, I have headache. It happens always. That's why I use present, present. I cry, I have. If you mix yellow and blue, you get green. And if you are tired, you go to bed early. It happens always. I know that. Every time you're tired, you go to bed early. So, present, you are, go to bed. present, present plus present. If you leave the object, it drops, the S of the third singular person. If you pour oil on water, it floats, galleggia. Se versi, if you pour oil on water, it floats. If you smoke, you get older, you get old early. So we have here if, the condition, and the result. If I save enough money, I will buy that mason, that house. This is the first conditional. The second conditional is with past. Here we have, in the first conditional we have present simple in the if sentence. So in the expression of the condition, if I save money, enough money, present simple, I save. I will buy that house. In the main clause, in the result, I use the will plus base form of the verb. In the second conditional, I use the simple past if I saved a lot of money, se salvassi, se risparmiassi a lot of money, I would buy that mason, that house. Se risparmiassi, comprerei, I would buy. If I had won the lottery, in the third conditional, se avessi vinto la lotteria, if I had, avessi, vinto, won the lottery, I would have bought, avrei, would have, comprato, bought that house. This is third conditional. In the first conditional, however, I want you to focus on the first conditional. So, if I study, if plus present, I will pass the main sentence with will, future simple. And you can also start with the main sentence, with the main clause. So you can also say, I will pass my exam if I study. But what is important is that you use the present simple after if, in the if clause. And we use it to talk about possible situations and their consequence in the future. So the structure in the first conditional is if plus the verb of the present tense, simple present, and then the main clause with the will, subject, plus will or won't, plus verb, the base form of the verb. And we use it, the usage, we use it to talk about possibilities in the present or in the future. An example are, if it rains, present, I will stay at home. If I wake up, present, I will miss the bus. If I wake up late, I will miss the bus. And if it's sunny, I will go to the park. If Joan leaves, third singular person, Paula will be sad. If I find your email, I will send you the picture. If you study hard, you will pass your exam. So present and main sentence with will. So future simple with will. And this is the first conditional. When you build the sentence in the positive form, you use if, present, I will pass my exam. If I study, I will pass my exam. The negative, both are the negative form. If I don't study, I will not pass my exams. Interrogative, the condition is always in the positive sentence because it is so. If I study, the question is, will I pass my exams? So I just need to put will, the auxiliary will, at the beginning of the sentence because it's a question. So, will I pass my exam? This other example. If he studies, third singular person, I've changed here the Y in I and then ES before the S of the third singular person. If he studies, he will pass his exams. If he doesn't, in the negative form, if he doesn't study, he will not pass his exam. If he studies, the question is, will he pass his exams? So we put will at the beginning of the sentence. And here we have other examples. What will happen if you don't use a sunblock? So if and don't use. So present, what will happen? A sentence, main sentence with will. And present, if you don't use a sunblock. If you don't use a sunblock, you will get burned. Who will you call if there is a fire? If there is, if plus present, if there is a fire, you will call the fire brigade. What will happen if you fail an exam? If and present, if you fail an exam. Where will you go if you need money? If you need money, you will probably go to the bank. If you need present. What will you learn if you do this exercise? This is English. So if you do present, if you do this exercise, you will learn English. What will you buy if it is my birthday? What will you buy if it is my birthday? I don't know. What will you see if you go to New York? If you go, if plus present. Who will you help you if you are sick? If you're sick. This is a contracted form, you are sick. If you're sick, present, if you're sick, the doctor will help you. So thank you for your attention. And this is the end. This is the end of the video. Thank you for your attention and see you next time. Bye bye. Okay, thank you, Silvano.